Now there's an improved Sensodyne for sensitive teeth. Everyday brushing with new improved Sensodyne F fights pain, tooth decay, and now helps fight gum disease.
This is the most hazardous terrain on Earth. On this surface, there is an all-terrain vehicle that really holds its own. Thanks to its ability to change between 2- and 4-wheel drive at speeds up to 60 miles an hour. This is the surface. This is the vehicle. The Mitsubishi Shogun. Supreme off the road, superb on.
If you're going on holiday, you should be going to a place that'll give you something more lavish for your lira. What about a place that'll get you somewhere more palatial for your peseta? If this sounds like your kind of place, you should be going places. You'll get more holiday for your money. So, with our fantastic discounts, shouldn't you be going places with going places?
When you first set up home, you only have a few bits and pieces. But over time, your worldly possessions tend to grow, as can the cost of insuring them. Who should you call? With Direct Line, you just answer a few quick questions and we'll do all we can to make sure you get exactly the right amount of cover.
Thank you.
At exactly the right price. For an instant quote, call 0181 686 8877.
Who could save you up to £50 on your car insurance? Call free 0800 282820. Guardian Direct.
I've only got 2 hours to get to Dover. Hop in. Oh, no. Who's that damn bandit for you? You've got Garling Blood Label. Ah, c'est fait à 4.1%. Oui, pour les faveurs plus grandes. No trouble with the blockade, then? Nah. Who's that damn bandit for you? Unlike him.
Carling, Britain's #1 selling lager.
For 3 years, Yancey's SIG pen looked like a typo on the Steelers team sheet. Since their conversion from powerhouse to passing team, Neil O'Donnell's favourite target. Another sign of Pittsburgh's new philosophy is their use of combined quarterback, running back, receiver Cordell Stewart. But although the means may have changed, the man in charge hasn't. Bill Cowher's still leading with his chin and won't decide anyone who gets in the way of it. Buffalo's Marv Levy keeps a lower profile. He's quietly overcome personal illness and player injuries to lead the Bills back into contention. A key factor for them has been the re-emergence in the past few weeks of running back Thurman Thomas. But perhaps the biggest difference in Buffalo this year has been on defense, where free agent Bryce Popp has made a significant impact. The terrible tales were out for this game, and so was Bruce Smith, the Bills' defensive end, sidelined by flu. It's the Steelers' first drive at their own 37 as we join it. Marv Albert and Chris Collinsworth are commentating.
Pegram finding some room. Eric Pegram has spent 4 years with Atlanta's side as a free agent. He's been a terrific pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Phil Hansen, one of the underrated defensive linemen of the NFL, making the stop.
The other thing that happens with Bruce Smith out of the lineup, now you give Pittsburgh a chance to focus their attention on the left side of Buffalo's defense. Bryce Pop over there and Phil Hansen. Without Bruce Smith, those are the two best guys in that front seven.
It is a 2nd and 7 at the 41. We're just underway with no score, and O'Connell able to complete to Thigpen. It is a 34-yard pass play. Turner and Darby wrestling Thigpen down inside the 20.
And you can see the comfort level of Neil O'Donnell. Obviously now they're taking out Bryce Pop. Bryce Pop is not getting there because of the double team.
Mills to the right and Thigpen to the left. That is Stewart, number 10, in motion. O'Donnell swinging it, and a short pickup for Pegram. Bennett was right there. Cornelius Bennett, who has successfully made the transition to the inside, able to get the reps on the running back, Pegram.
And there was some discussion amongst ourselves. Perhaps Cornelius Bennett might go to the outside to be more of a pass rusher. But Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator, told me just before the game that they would not do that. He has become too valuable as an inside linebacker. He can make many more plays inside.
Loss of a couple. It's a 2nd and 12 at the 18. 7th play of this opening drive. And here's Pegram. Inside the 5. He went for 13.
And now after opening the game, going to the right, they come back towards Bruce Smith's side. That has to be the game plan here. And the blocking down the field, tremendous. But the point of attack for this ball game, both with the passing game and the running game, unquestionably will be left.
It will be a 1st and goal down at the 1-yard line. John L. Williams getting the call. Rare carry for John L., who's noted as a pass receiver. Monty Brown able to stuff him at the line. John L. Williams slowed by a preseason knee injury. Bill Cowher was telling us yesterday that this is actually as healthy as he has been, and he says the same of Bam Morris and Eric Pegram, who have struggled with injuries as of late. It is now Morris and Pegram in the backfield. Nice play of this opening drive. Williams for the touchdown. John L. Williams taking it in from a yard away, and the Steelers with a 6-0 lead. 9 plays, 76 yards in 5.5 minutes.
And once again, the power of that off week. John L. Williams, if he had to play a game last week, probably would not have been ready, or at least as ready for this one against the Bills.
Norm Johnson with the extra point. Pittsburgh 7, Buffalo nothing. The fake end around, which has been very successful for the Bills, and then Thomas is pulled down, but a penalty flag is thrown. Cornell Lake up from left corner to make the stop on Thurman Thomas. A look at the referee, Larry Nemmers, and we'll have our first call of the day. Could be a face mask.
Face mask on the defense, 5 yards. 5 yards to be tacked on the end of the run. Repeat, first down.
Bill Cowher not too happy about the call. Cornell Lake was left out in the open field against Thurman Thomas, and at that point you're grabbing for anything you can get hold of. But what a job Cornell Lake has done for this football team this year. The Pro Bowl safety that had to play corner because of the injuries to Rod Woodson and Deion Figures.
And made the Pro Bowl at left corner, though Well, actually made it as the starting strong safety, though he's played left corner for most of the season. Nice hole for Thomas. And he has the first down. He picked up 6 on the play. Jason Gilden on the stop.
It was interesting talking with Thurman Thomas, who was getting up slowly after that one, and the way that he's been playing lately, that would be as big a blow as was Bruce Smith. And he's limping. This is a major blow. If the Buffalo Bills needed any more bad news, Thurman Thomas, in the way that he's been playing lately, he has just carried this football team. 158 yards rushing against the Miami Dolphins last week, his season high, and I don't know, Marv, just doesn't look like he's going to be able to go again. Wow.
Well, they called for the measurement. It is a first down, but the concern involves an injured Thurman Thomas who comes limping over. Here's another look at it. He took the hit from Carnell Lake.
Lake gave him the hit, and then it looked like he fell over another tackler that was at his knees, and that may have been where the injury occurred.
So the rookie from Portland State, Eric Holmes, replacing Thomas, and Holmes able to unleash to the 36-yard line. A 13-yard run. He was stopped by the free safety, Darren Perry. Holmes has done this right throughout, but normally provides a nice change of pace for Thomas.
But against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the slow developing plays, the counter trays, the ones that take a little time to develop, don't work as well. Thurman Thomas told us last night that he thought the direct hits at this defense would be much more effective. So maybe not that big a loss, Derek Holmes being in there instead of Thurman Thomas, because that's what he does best.
And you can see Kelly making a play change and then firing one that ends up going through the hands of Andre Reed. Andre Reed, who's made it back from a pulled hamstring after missing 10 games, did not have a reception last week in his return against Miami.
And I thought that was a good idea. Just throw it out there and try and get the ball in the hands of Andre Reed to get him into the flow of the ball game.
A 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line, and here's Holmes on a stutter step again, taking advantage of a good hole, and he has a first down.
I think Thurman Thomas ought to be a coach. He knew exactly the way to attack, and you can see Thurman still limping on the sideline. But they're going right behind Reuben Brown, the rookie, who managed to get off on the linebacker there. Nice little combination block, and so far this Buffalo Bills offensive line picking up where they did a week ago.
And again, Holmes on first down. Derek Holmes, a 7th-round draft pick. The Buffalo Bills' 2nd pick. On the 7th round, had a very strong preseason and emerged as a major surprise, and certainly valuable when Thurman Thomas had some difficulties. The problem with the cramps earlier in the season, hamstring earlier in the season. 2nd down and 6 at the 21-yard line. And again, Kelly with the audible. And then, of course, the crowd gets louder to make things more difficult for the Bills. It could be a mix-up there. Holmes hit for the loss. Chased down by Carnell Lake.
In this ball game, Jim Kelly is going to have to remember that now he has Derek Holmes in the backfield, a rookie. You don't want to be spending that much time audibling at the line of scrimmage. He's an excitable kid. Just call the play, let him run it, because otherwise he's going to make some mistakes like that one.
And a loss of 13. Kelly getting the time and goes incomplete, intended for Andre Reed. Covered by Randy Fuller.
Good man coverage on the outside. The Steelers in with their dime package. Randy Fuller with the coverage. But that loss by Derek Holmes now puts Steve Christie in a very difficult position, having to kick a 52-yard field goal instead of what would have been about a 40-yard kick.
Well, Christie did hit from 48 last week. Long drives it short. First quarter, Steelers first down from their 42-yard line. Bam Morris has is a first down. Ankle tackled by Monty Brown, and Morris runs for 12 yards.
And that time the Buffalo Bills tried to flip-flop. They put Bryce Pop on the other side from which he usually plays, and so they're just running away from Bryce Pop right now. That's one of the nice things. When you got Bruce Smith out of the game, you find number 95 and run it the other way.
Chris, earlier this season, Van Morris, overweight, had some back problems, got off to a slow start, very disappointing, but he has come on in recent weeks. This is Morris once again, and nose tackle Ted Washington on the stop.
And Greg Lloyd and Bill Cowher were really going at it on the sideline when they got back. They're right in each other's face, going toe-to-toe, and I'm sure it has something to do with the scheme of things. I was a little surprised to see the Steelers coming out and playing so much of their dime defensive formation with the 6 defensive backs out there, and that may be what Lloyd's saying.
Bills in motion, 2nd and 5 at the Buffalo 41. O'Donnell, and that broken up. Pass intended for Yancey Thigpen, but the excellent coverage by the right corner, Thomas Smith.
Double team on the backside against Bryce Pop. And then just an excellent play. It looked like maybe Thomas Smith had his arm wrapped around Yancey Thigpen. The rule on that is, however, if you don't twist him, it's okay. But you can see now that almost every single play they're sending it back after Bryce Pop for the double team.
3rd and 5. Cordell Stewart lined up in the slot to the far right. And the pass caught by Stewart for the first down. The left corner, the rookie from Ohio State, Marlon Kerner, on the tackle. It's good for 7 and a Steeler first down.
Wade Phillips came with a safety blitz on this one, and that forces man coverage with Marlon Kerner going against Cordell Stewart. And as the Steelers found out in their own practice, they had Cordell Stewart working against their defense. They said nobody we had could cover him, so we decided to put him on the field and let him play a little offense for us.
And Bill Cowher refers to as slash, as in quarterback slash receiver. Here's Morris on a slant. It is all working here for Pittsburgh. The diversified offense that Bill Cowher promised is being utilized. Brown and Jeffcoat made the stop. It'll be a 2nd down and 2 just outside the 25.
This time Jim Jeffcoat in the game instead of Carl Wilson, and they're just taking it right to him. They came down with the tight end, and they're just blowing Buffalo off the ball right now. Bruce Smith, sitting at home watching this one, has to be struggling emotionally.
We're coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And back to the ground. Morris heading right to the marker. Monty Brown, Phil Hansen combining to make the stop. For those who may have just joined us, Bruce Smith coming up with the flu yesterday, 103-degree temperature, also a stomach virus, not able to keep anything down. There was the slim hope that he might be able to make it here via a charter flight this morning, but the doctors checked him out, and he is just in no condition to play football, so he's had to sit it out. And on top of that, as you saw, Thurman Thomas hobbled to the sideline. So the Bills with major problems here. They're down 7-0, and Pittsburgh driving again. First down at the 22. Here is Morris, and he is stopped back behind the line by Jim Jeffcoat.
That time Jim Jeffcoat came up and made the play. Of course, the longtime veteran, Cowboys all-time leading sacker with 94.5 sacks.
Holding. Offense number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Monty Dawson with the hold, and Bill Cowher going crazy on the sideline because this was one of those drives. They're just taking the Buffalo Bills and moving them. Center your screen against Ted Washington, who is their best run stopper, the nose tackle. Monty just got him hooked.
And the Steelers have run the ball 9 times for 50 yards here in this first quarter. We're coming up on a minute remaining. They now step back to a 1st and 20 at the Buffalo 32 on a delay. Morris. Bam Morris getting inside the 20, run out by the right corner. Thomas Smith, a pickup of 12. It'll be a 2nd and 8.
And I think Bryce Pop's getting a little frustrated right now. They put him on both sides of the football, and that time he came so hard after Neil O'Donnell, the running back just ran right past him. He's going to come in. He's got his eyes on O'Donnell, slamming it right inside, and then Van Morris just ran right through him. He's not watching for the run, which has to be his first priority because that's what the Steelers are doing against him. They're not hurting him with the pass. They're killing him with the run.
Rolling down, 30 seconds remaining as O'Donnell throws the middle and able to complete for a first down, hooking up with John L. Williams. Sam Rogers on the tackle. That's a pickup of 8 yards.
That was the end of the first quarter. We pick it up on the first play of the second now with Pittsburgh still driving.
McPain to the right, Mills to the left in motion. And it's for the ground for Mars. Stopped by Hansen. This is a Pittsburgh Steeler team that went 11-5 in the regular season. Second best record in the AFC. Only Kansas City was better. They finished the season winning 7 of their last 8. Actually winning 7 straight before losing the final game of the regular season at Green Bay. And they have done an excellent job of adjusting to their talent. They've gone for some wrinkles. Most unusual for the Steelers, surprising a lot of people. 2nd down and 9. O'Donnell to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown! He just did get the feet in. Ernie Mills with the leaping catch in the back of the end zone.
I'd like to see that one again. I'm not sure that Ernie Mills got his feet down. If he did, it's one of the more remarkable catches that I've seen. Now, perhaps they're saying that he was pushed out of the back of the end zone, and if in the official's opinion he would have gotten his feet down, then it is a touchdown. That's a major assumption to assume that he would have gotten that back foot down. I really disagree with that call. I don't think that Ernie Mills would have ever gotten that back foot down under any circumstances.
And you see the reaction of Marv Levy. That is his point. And the extra point by Norm Johnson.
So Pittsburgh dominating early, and after a Buffalo punt, it's their ball again as we pick it up. The Bills' 44-yard line.
Off the play fake. O'Donnell completing to Mills. And it is a Pittsburgh first down, a 12-yard advance. Pop and Scholes combined to make the stop. Second catch for Ernie Mills in his 5th year out of Florida.
And Ernie Mills working against Marlon Kerner, who would not be in there himself but for the injury to Jeff Burris. Their Pro Bowl safety, Henry Jones, had knee surgery. He's out. But they've been able to cover up for that secondary with Bruce Smith. And here today, Neil O'Donnell's just having it too easy.
And a first down out the 31-yard line. Here's Morris. And Morris, who last year had a very strong rookie season, started 6 games for the injured Barry Foster, ran for over 800 yards. In fact, second to Foster by only 15 yards. Did have some fumbling problems, and then this year, as we mentioned earlier, had difficulties at the start, but has come on and has had a big first half. 10 carries for 49 yards. Second down and 6 at the 27. O'Donnell again getting the time, throwing for Mills. Covered by Kerner.
Really nice position that time by Marlon Kerner. Again, Neil O'Donnell had all day, and he put Kerner in a real tough spot, having to cover Ernie Mills for this long. And Mills had his hands on the football, but Kerner got his hands up and knocked it away at the last second. And at the very least, this Buffalo Bills defense, they have to make a play right now. You have to at least keep the Steelers to a field goal in this situation and hope that your offense can get it turned around.
O'Donnell 8 of 12, 111 yards. Stewart in motion on the far side. O'Donnell was looking that way. And nearly intercepted by a diving Thomas Smith. The pass intended for Cordell Stewart.
For the first time today, somebody got a hand on Neil O'Donnell, and then when he stepped up, his timing was just completely off.
John?
Thomas Smith had an excellent chance to make that play. Really wasn't anywhere close to Cordell Stewart.
It is a 4th down and 6 at the 27, and Norm Johnson will attempt a 45-yard field goal. Led the NFL in kick scoring, 141 points in the regular season. The line drives it right through from 45 yards away. Is dropped by Lonnie Johnson, covered by the combination of Levon Kirkland and Willie Williams, bringing up a 3rd and 8 at the 32.
And Jim Kelly is struggling in this ball game as well. Now he's 4 for 10, just 13 yards worth of completions and no completions to a wide receiver. Not a good start for Jim.
Lost possession. Looked like Kent Hull, the center, was able to come up with the football. Kevin Green coming strong on Jim Kelly.
And Marv, this Pittsburgh Steelers defense is just a bear. And these Steelers fans, I believe they like defense better than offense around here. All those years with the Steel Curtain and Mean Joe Green and Jack Ham and all the guys, defense turns on this crowd more than anything else.
Kevin Green with a sack. First sack of the day. And here's Moore fielding the high snap. In trouble and taken down at the 12. Leafon Flowers getting to the punter. A high snap from Adam Lingner, and Moore did what he could. Wanted to get rid of the football, but could not.
Moore made a sensational play just to catch it, but by the time he pulled it back down, he couldn't get it away. Flowers was right there, and Bobby April is having a party out here. I don't know what he's doing with his feet, but he's jumping around and having fun. Now that's what a special teams coach is all about. Get over here and have a little party.
Pittsburgh with a first down inside the 12-yard line. They are already up 17-0 with 6 minutes to go in the half. And O'Donnell throwing. He has Morris. Bennett on the stop of Bam Morris.
Cornelius Bennett so valuable because he can stop the run, but he can also play one-on-one coverage against the backs. Here with a saving tackle, perfectly thrown by Neil O'Donnell. And Marv, you can only imagine what Bruce Smith must be thinking as he sits there and watches this football game and watch the dismantling of a very good Buffalo Bills defense when he's a part of it.
Second down and 5 at the 7. And it is back to the ground, and the hit made on Eric Pegram by Bryce Pop. Very quick to get to the running back.
Well, Bryce Pop is not going to get frustrated. He's a guy that grew up on a farm. He says his dad, a farmer, instilled a work ethic in him. As a matter of fact, if he ever came home too late at night, his dad would wake him up at 5:30 in the morning just to encourage him to get home a little earlier. Just wanted to encourage him. That time he encouraged the Steelers not to run his side.
And what a season for Bryce Pop, former Green Bay Packer, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year, led the league, 17.5 sacks, the most since Clyde Simmons of the Eagles had 19 back in 1992. It's a 4th down and 8. O'Donnell couldn't find anyone. Throwing. Touchdown, Cordell Stewart, but a flag is down in the backfield.
It'll be coming back, a hold against the Steelers. Boy, I tell you, Cordell Stewart is really something as a wide receiver. Looked like Dwight Clark working the inline back there, scrambling around until he finally found a hole. He knows as a quarterback what it's like to hold the ball with those big guys chasing him around, so he was working hard for Neil O'Donnell, made the play, but all for naught.
There are 2 fouls on the offense. Ineligible downfield, number 72. That penalty is refused. Holding on 65 of the offense. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards, repeat, 3rd down.
John Jackson out here on the outside with the hold. I'd have to circle the whole offensive line. Jackson with the hold. Seriously, downfield. He must have rolled downfield if he did. He was just laying there, but that was a penalty on the offensive line, both sides.
It is a 3rd and 18 at the 20. 4.5 remaining in the first half. Pittsburgh up 17-0 out of the shotgun. O'Donnell just looking to get it away. Good rush by the nose tackle, Ted Washington.
Marv, that 5 wide receiver formation has been so good for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I don't think today is the day for it. Because when you go into it, it means nobody's in the backfield to help with the pass protection against Bryce Pop, and then he does get that isolation that he's been looking for, the one-on-one, and Pop that time with the pressure.
And with the 4th down and 18, here's the field goal unit. Norm Johnson, who connected from 45 yards away, attempting from 38. The punter, the actual Steeler punter, Ron Stark, will put it down.
There's another hook.
Down by 20, the Bills look to Thurman Thomas to get something going on offense.
The hold for Thomas. Thurman Thomas able to break a tackle, then coughs it up. And it will be Pittsburgh ball.
Pittsburgh couldn't do anything with the turnover, though, and Buffalo have the ball back as we pick it up just inside the Steelers' half of the field.
Play action. Only getting the time and completing for the tight end. Klein, breaking tackle, but did not get out of bounds. Myron Bell made the stop, so the clock is running.
And Marv, let me say this, how much I disagree with the play calling on that previous series. They just have given the Buffalo Bills another chance to come big. Very conservative.
Now Kelly goes to the sideline, and Reed does get out to stop the clock with 1:11 remaining. Willie Williams on the coverage there.
And as a player, I always wanted to have some momentum going in at the half. And what they've done now is they've shifted the momentum back to Buffalo. Despite the fact that they're down 20-0, the Steelers' defense has been rocked back the last couple of drives, and now Buffalo has a little life.
Andre Reed with his first reception. It's a 2nd and 5 at the 27, and Kelly throwing deep. Oh, what an adjustment made. They'll spot it down at the 1. Beautiful catch by Tasker. A 26-yard pass play. He was brought down by Darren Perry. The clock is running. A 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. And it's Thurman Thomas taking it in. A beautiful executed drive by the Buffalo Bills.
And I don't know who it was that was calling those plays. I assume it was Ron Earhart, but they went so conservative when they had the ball on their 20-yard line. There were a couple minutes left. The Buffalo Bills spent all their timeouts, and now instead of just blowing out the Buffalo Bills, if they had picked up just 1 first down and that offense was on such a roll, they go conservative, and now all of a sudden we have ourselves a football game.
So the Bills with 4 plays go 49 yards in 56 seconds.
Steve Tasker has been just an incredible story this year. Here's a guy had 10 career catches coming into this season, and they've just given him a chance. The injury to Andre Reed's given him the opportunity, and then Thurman Thomas comes back to stick it in. And former head coach for about 3 games, Elijah Pitts, said, now we've got a chance. 20-7, that's a little different story going in at the half.
But the half wasn't quite over. With 7 seconds left, Norm Johnson kicked a 34-yard field goal to make the halftime score. Steelers 23, Bills 7. We'll take a break.
going on holiday. You should go to a place that'll give you more holidays for your money. With our fantastic discounts, shouldn't you be going places with going places?
For thousands of years, we fought to conquer age. Today, we think we have the techniques. But do we have the willpower?
This week in the Times for just 30p. New theories about staying young. And every reader can spend a day in a health club free.
Time to change your life.
Tell me one good thing about your bank.
It's easy.
Whose is that?
Nothing to do with me.
What do you think you're playing at?
It's not mine. Don't look at me.
I thought we told you to be careful.
John, I think we're the ones who should have been careful.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
If your family suddenly grows, so too will your responsibilities. That's why Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt, so you can face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
The watering hole. Here we see them in their natural habitat. No spillage whatsoever. Quite superb. So brewing Worthington and drinking it. Everything else, hopeless.
And do you drink Worthington?
Oh, you think maybe I'm a man? Oh.
Who could save you up to 30% on your home contents insurance? Call free 0800 282820. Guardian Direct.
Duracell, with unique titanium technology, lasts much longer than ordinary zinc batteries. Duracell, with unique titanium technology.
Hi, I'm Bill Cower. You're watching Channel 4, home of American football. You shouldn't turn your dial because you'll enjoy every second of it. Thanks.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. The Steelers were looking to increase their 23-7 lead early in the third quarter. Greg Evans intercepted Neil O'Donnell inside the 10-yard line. Two plays later, though, Jim Kelly returned the favour to Carnell Lake, and Pittsburgh kicked a field goal to make it 26-7. We pick the action up now with the Bills in good field position at the Steelers' 42 after a punt.
The screen set up beautifully, although Kelly took a hard hit in completing to Thurman Thomas. And Kelly shaken up.
Bill Johnson and Greg Lloyd just destroyed Jim Kelly as he got that ball off. One of the problems when you try and run that naked bootleg, the naked D is sometimes a guy like Greg Lloyd. Turned the corner and Jim sort of flipped his head around and Reuben Brown really didn't even get a hand on him, and that was a sandwich job.
What a shot by Greg Lloyd, who earlier in the first half was hurt and was down for a while.
Alex Van Pelt, apparently the next in.
He has moved past the rookie Todd Collins as the #2 quarterback, Alex Van Pelt. who is out of the University of Pittsburgh in his second NFL season, originally drafted by the Steelers in the 8th round and then went on to sign with Kansas City. And Kelly, you know, will hope to return as Van Pelt has taken over and penalty markers are down. Look to be John Fina, the left tackle.
False start prior to the snaps. 70 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
John Fina in his 4th year out of Arizona. Last year set back by a knee problem which affected his quickness. He picked up his plays. Had some ups and downs this season. There is the thought down the road, although he is a free agent, but there is the thought that he might be better at the center position.
He's not a great tackle at all.
2nd and 11. Looked to be a mix-up on that end around, but they pull it off, and Tasker gets inside the 20, inside the 10. That was not a pretty play, but it did work, and it goes for 40 yards.
I love this guy. I absolutely love this guy. He's been chasing kicks, getting knocked around for 10 years in the National Football League, and now is the wing T-back. They come with the reverse, it bobbles the football, still makes the play, but Steve Tasker gets shot up before the ball game. His knee was hurting him. He had to do the cortisone, the Novocaine just to play in this football game, and he has been sensational this afternoon.
Beautiful block by Ostrowski. 1st and goal at the 3. Thurman Thomas is short of the goal line. Steve Tasker coming in with that full 10 in the back of his left leg. He told us yesterday at the start of the season he pulled a hamstring and he'd have a doctor look at it. Now that his role has become vital, he says 2 doctors and 3 trainers keep checking him out.
And look at, they're the Buffalo Bills, you know, they're 3 touchdowns away from having the lead. They've got a shot at their first one here. Little dipsy-do from Marv Levy, and about a yard away.
And they go to a full house backfield. Gardner, Tyndale, Thomas, all into Thomas now, the lone deep back. And here's Van Pelt throwing, touchdown! The tight end, Tony Klein from Alex Van Pelt, who took over for Jim Kelly. And the Buffalo Bills are very much back into it.
Coming in cold off the bench, just a sensational call. Completely fooled the Steelers.
And they're going for the extra point here. We were speculating earlier might be an opportunity for a 2-point conversion, but they go for the 1. And Christie able to put it through.
The Bills defense then forced the Steelers to punt. And it's Buffalo driving at Pittsburgh's 36 as we start the 4th quarter.
And the completion to Brooks, who just did well to hold on. It's a short pickup, maybe 3 on the play. Carnell Lake was right there with him.
Billy Brooks had a stretch of games this year in which he scored 10 of the Bills' 15 touchdowns. And here comes the guy. Jim Kelly is apparently okay. And they need to get him back on the field. They may not have this good a field position again.
And he's running with enthusiasm. Van Pelt able to make his way down to the 30-yard line. Myron Bell, the strong safety on the stop. Kelly warming up, trying to get ready. It's a 3rd down and 4 at the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. Van Pelt fires it in there and has a 1st down. Lonnie Johnson on a 6-yard catch, stopped by Lloyd. And it is a 1st down for the Bills at the 24-yard line. And now...
And Jim Kelly started to come back in the game, and Marv Levy pulled him back. Maybe that completion got Van Pelt at least 1 more play.
12 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Thomas finding the hole. Thomas down to the 10. 14-yard run for Thurman Thomas. And now Jim Kelly is back on the field.
And this is what the Buffalo Bills were having success with early in the ball game, running right at this Pittsburgh defense. Now Jim Kelly back. This is becoming a bizarre football game.
The Bills first down at the 11. Alex Van Pelt did a nice job. Marv Levy, though, going right back to Jim Kelly, who hands it off. Thurman Thomas gets a couple, met by Greg Lloyd. The Pittsburgh Steelers at one point led 20-0. Thurman Thomas was able to score late in the second quarter on a 1-yard run. It was set up by Steve Tasker, 26-yard reception. They cut it to 20-7. It was 23-7 at the half. Then Pittsburgh extended to 26-7. But Buffalo has come back, and now Kelly finds Thomas for the touchdown, and they have come way back.
You have got to be kidding me. You have absolutely got to be kidding me. What are the Buffalo Bills without Bruce Smith, with Jim Kelly in the locker room, Alex Van Pelt playing quarterback, a 20-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers, possibly the best team in the AFC, and here they come again. This has been one phenomenal year for the Buffalo Bills and Marv Levy's squad.
Steve Christie with the extra point attempt. And he pops it through. To the ground from Morris. And a short pickup.
Now, Marv, one of the things that we talked about, would Ron Earhart go back to what got him here? You know, all those years with Parcells and all the years of being conservative and running the football. We haven't seen nearly the kind of trickery that we've seen out of the Pittsburgh Steelers this year in the past. They have gone much more conservative in this one.
This is a Pittsburgh team that led the AFC with 407 points. Second down at 8. Here comes Cordell Stewart in motion. O'Donnell intended for Stewart. That time he got the time. It'll be a third down and 8 at the 41. 9 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. The Pittsburgh Steelers at one stretch had a 20-0 lead. It appeared this was headed to the area of blowout. With the pass for Thigpen, what a catch! Yancey Thigpen going in front of Greg Evans, and it goes for 22 yards.
What a sensational effort by Yancey Thigpen in a clutch situation. He's going to take a shot, hold on to the football. Last 2 weeks ago, he passes John Stallworth, the all-time single-season receiving record, and you won't come up with a bigger clutch play than that. Wow.
First down at the Buffalo 38-yard line. Yancey Thigpen making it to the Pro Bowl for the first time. Cordell Stewart was the quarterback on that handoff. Cordell is all over the field. He's been a receiver. He's been the quarterback. It has been slash, slash, slash here today.
And Ron Earhart showing a lot of confidence in the rookie. You don't get any tighter situation than this, and he's putting him in there.
It is a second down and 7 at the 45-yard line. It is Stewart at quarterback on the option. And Stewart gets down to the 30-yard line. Tackled by Carl Wilson. Cordell Stewart, 23-year-old rookie out of Colorado, who the last 9 games has rushed for 86 yards, 235 yards in receptions. He's thrown for 60. He's scored 3 touchdowns.
But now Neil O'Donnell back in the game in a short yardage situation, but short yardage for the Steelers now means 4 wide receivers.
There's a third down and 2 at the Buffalo 30. O'Donnell getting the time, and it's caught by Hastings. And he has a first down. Darby and Kerner on the tackle. An 18-yard pass play.
And Andre Hastings has been such a clutch third down receiver. made a lot of people forget about the loss of Eric Green. I don't know how Kenny Irvin missed this ball, though. He was right there. He took a swipe at the ball, and it somehow just went right through his hand.
And Neil O'Donnell getting better protection. Now has a first down at the Buffalo 13. 6.5 remaining, fourth quarter. Pittsburgh leading Buffalo 26-21. Morris inside the 5, touchdown. Bam Morris going 13 yards for the score. And the Steelers now lead 32-21. Norm Johnson at the extra point. From the 27-yard line, Thurman Thomas gets up to the 30, tripped up by LaVon Kirkland. It'll be a second down and 7 for the Buffalo Bills, who come in winners of their last 10 AFC playoff games.
And Thurman's hurting. I think he re-injured that ankle.
That injury sustained in the first half. Kelly's pass incomplete, intended for Reed. And some taunting on the part of the Steelers. Willie Williams on the coverage of Andre Reed.
Willie Williams, who got benched earlier this season after Herman Moore caught 10 passes for 131 yards against him, handled it beautifully, and has now come back and played very well today.
A lot of taunting in the direction of Reed. That after Andre was not shy about pointing out that the Steelers secondary might be vulnerable. Jerry Olszewski able to pick it off. Jerry Olszewski, who started for Chad Brown, who's made it back from an ankle injury, coming up with his first interception of the season.
Greg Lloyd brought the heat against Jim Kelly. And then Willie Williams timed it out perfectly in the secondary. Marv Levy's still hot. He thinks this was interference, and I agree. I think Willie Williams got there early.
The official's pocket. First down.
Well, apparently a flag was on the field, but it had fallen out of the pocket of one of the officials, so it's waved off.
Willie Williams either timed that one absolutely perfectly or he got there just a tad early, but the officials gave him the benefit of the doubt. And Jerry Olszewski came up with a big play, but it was Greg Lloyd who created the pressure.
So the Steelers, 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 35. Here's Morris. Getting inside the 30. David White, Cornelius Bennett combining to make the stop. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in this fourth quarter. There is Jerry Olszewski in his 7th season out of the University of Pittsburgh.
You know, Marv, he's really done a terrific job. When Chad Brown got hurt, it really hurt this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Olszewski's not nearly as fast. He's much more of a plotter, but he's been a guy who has made plays for this defense. Not nearly as flashy as is Chad Brown, but he has been very consistent on this defense.
Second down and 4. Morris, and he's taken down short of the first down. Phil Hansen, Cornelius Bennett fighting on the tackle. And it'll be a 3rd and about 3.
Not a lot of time now for Marv Levy, Jim Kelly, and the Bills. First downs at this point in the game mean about 2 minutes off the clock, and we're quickly approaching the 4-minute mark. Almost a must play right now for this Buffalo defense.
the fake. O'Donnell, it's tipped and picked off. Matt Darby with the interception. So the Bills get it back. The pass intended for Jonathan Hayes.
Neil O'Donnell's interception created on the interference by his tight end Jonathan Hayes, but it came from the official, not one of the Buffalo Bills. The official knocks off Hayes, and that's what set up the interception.
So the Bills start out from their 17, obviously a critical drive by Buffalo with 3:55 remaining in this fourth quarter. Kelly able to get it away, and it's intercepted. Steelers get it back. Kirkland, LaVon Kirkland, able to pick it off. Jim Kelly intercepted for the third time this afternoon.
And that, you would assume, should finally do it. Greg Lloyd again came with the pressure off the corner. Jim Kelly was trying to get the ball originally to the outside, but when he saw Lloyd, he flipped back around and tried to get it inside. Never saw LaVon Kirkland. And it is the defense of the Pittsburgh Steelers that is going to win this football game.
And Kirkland with his first interception of the season. Did not have one during the regular campaign. First down at the Buffalo 23-yard line. Orange on the slant, ripping inside the 15.